You are Locked On Red Sox Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, Masa Yoshida, a little two-out magic in KC Tuesday night. Kenley Jansen asked to get 4 outs, and that's exactly what he did. Jansen, 2 strikeouts in the 9th inning, struck out Bobby Witt Jr. to end the game. With that, Red Sox hold on for a 1-run victory, clinch the series, and will have an opportunity on Wednesday to go for the series sweep against the Royals. We welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, baseball play-by-play veteran. Have painted the word picture in the minors and the big leagues and the World Baseball Classic, college baseball, and the Senior League World Series on the ESPN networks. Proud to say that Red Sox skipper Alex Cora was my broadcast partner back in 2016 in Bangor, Maine. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we are going to be discussing Dom and Masa. Dominic Smith, Masa Yoshida helping lead the way in a 6-5 winner against the Royals. Sox went to the bullpen in the 5th inning. Kenley able to finish things off in the 9th inning. And there was that frustrating 5th inning. We'll discuss both top half and bottom half of the 5th inning. Had me wanting to pull my hair out or at least bang my hands together a couple of times. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation watching live on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Click the comments button. How do you feel about this victory? How do you feel about this road trip? Can the Red Sox just play the rest of the regular season on the road away from Fenway Park? I know they can't, but I throw it out there in jest. Our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more as the playoffs wind down. The sports aren't sportsing like we want them to, but this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. Again, you can comment on tonight's Red Sox victory. Hit the comments button on our Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Subscribe to our Locked On Boston YouTube channel. Also follow me on the X as well. Hit me up at Lennox on Baseball with any questions regarding the Red Sox or comments as well. So the Sox win the game 6-5. With that, they've taken the first 2 games of the series against the Royals. They've clinched the season series as well, and they'll have an opportunity for a series sweep on Wednesday with Cutter Crawford on the mound. Going for that sweep, part of our numbers of the night later on in our Locked On Red Sox postcast. Kenley Jansen not pitching in a game, not appearing in a game since last Wednesday when the Red Sox wrapped up their series with a win against the Mariners. Was available the previous 4 games, the 3 in Texas and the first game on Monday against the Royals in Kansas City. Did not pitch. Finally got in there. Got in the 8th inning. Royals got 2 runs against the bullpen in front, Cambuser and Luis Garcia. But Kenley Jansen came on, got the final out in the 8th inning, and then he worked a 1-2-3 9th inning as well. The Sox going to the bullpen in the 5th. Brennan Bernardino, 1 pitch in relief of Brian Bayo, got the final out as he got MJ Melendez and left 2 runners stranded. Now in the 6th inning, Zach Kelly, 2 strikeouts and a flyout and working a 1-2-3 6th, and Cambuser, 1-2-3 7th inning, and he retired Bobby Witt Jr. for the final out in the 7th inning. And I'm thinking to myself right then and there, hey, have a quick and easy 8th inning, and maybe you don't see Bobby Witt Jr. again. Well, 8th inning, 2 runs across. Jansen closed the door on any further threat in that 8th inning. Bobby Witt Jr. came to the plate, bases empty, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. Jansen reared back, fired one by him, and picked up the strikeout to end the ballgame. Kenley Jansen, 21st save on the season, the 441st of his big league career, and the Red Sox do pick up the win. Now we'll get into Masa and Dom in just a moment, but Kenley Jansen getting the job done. Bernardino, the 2 lefties right now, I've got a lot of confidence in Bernardino and Cambuser, the left-handers. Now, they can't pitch every single day, but they've really taken the roles. And with Hendricks possibly coming on board at some point, we know where the bullpen is right now with what they can possibly be adding, Slayton and Martin in the coming days. The two lefties are likely sticking around, I would imagine. They, both of them. Bernardino, you need both those guys the rest of the way. But the Sox do pick up the victory. An impressive win. Again, a victory where a lot of different guys contribute along the way, right? A lot of different guys contributed in the win. And with that, offensively and at the plate, and then the pitching, we'll get into Bayo in our second segment. Again, frustrating. He was cruising until he wasn't. But with the win, the Red Sox, 10 games over 500, 61-51. Clinched the season series against the Royals 4-1, can go 5-1 against the Royals. That's big with the tiebreak come playoff time, within a half a game of the Royals for that third wild card spot. Sweep the series against the Royals on Wednesday, and you're now in front of Kansas City, and you have the season series tiebreaker with the head-to-head. That's what you have coming to the ballpark on Wednesday. That is what really a second straight team effort. I won't say all-around game because you had a 6-3 lead. I would have liked to have seen a 6-3 win. But Kenley Jansen, remember, tweaking his back last week in the outing. Prior to that, he had a couple of stumbles along the way, but picks up the save. 4 outs, 4 batters, 4 outs, and that was it. Left 2 on in the 8th inning, worked a 1-2-3 ninth inning, and retiring those first 2 batters in that 9th inning, you bring up Bobby Witt Jr. as the tying run and not the potential winning run. Stomach churning, palms kind of clammy. Absolutely in that situation. But Kenley Jansen got the job done. 441st career save. That's what a Hall of Fame reliever does, a closer does, right? Hey, there are going to be times where you're just trembling, wondering if he's going to get the job done. But a clean 1-2-3 ninth inning, that was impressive. That was impressive. 2 strikeouts in that ninth for Kenley Jansen. Now, Dominic Smith and Masa Yoshida helping lead the offense. Let's talk about Dom Smith, right? Let's talk about Dom Smith for a moment. Because Dom Smith just, he's becoming, I think he's got to becoming a fan favorite. He's almost, I think perhaps as he continues with the Red Sox, and we've touched on it, he could possibly be designated for assignment in the coming weeks with Tristan Casas coming back. But that 3-run 6th inning, the Royals get 2 runs and chase Brian Bayo from the game in the bottom of the 5th inning. What does Dom Smith do in the top of the 6th inning? He leads off the inning with a double. He scores the go-ahead run from third base on a wild pitch, right? Now, manager challenge is also going to be part of our numbers of the night in our third segment a bit later on. But Dom Smith out at the plate. Late, you saw from the home plate camera behind home plate, Salvador Perez chasing it down, Dom Smith lumbering. At first, I thought to myself, you know what? I could have gotten to home plate faster than Dom Smith. And you know what? That thought lasted for a half a second because Dom Smith is a big leaguer, and I'm really old. Dom Smith, it seemed like it took for him to get there forever. It would have taken me even longer. Smith called out at the plate. Cut down. But they challenge. And Mike Monaco, Will Middlebrooks, first NESN reference of the night, had it as they got a couple of looks at it. Dom Smith was able to sort of go over the top, swim his arm around and elude the tag by Seth Lugo. Got that, overturned. Celebration delayed, but celebration in the third base dugout. And Dom Smith, you can just tell him, Tom Caron has been the sideline reporter over the last couple of days on NESN, which Amai Webster, I guess, getting some time off, deservedly so. And TC, I call him TC there. Tom Caron had some insight on Dom Smith over the last couple of days. They interviewed him on a different podcast. You can check that one out as well, part of NESN. But Dom Smith is very interesting. Former first-round pick by the New York Mets organization. He's bounced around here a little bit. But right now with the Red Sox, he's not Rudy. Guys don't go in the clubhouse and say, hey, Alex Cora, hey, Craig Breslow, when Casas comes back, you've got to keep Dom Smith. I do think you have to keep Dom Smith because the injury to Casas, and if you're hearing this for the first time, it's not an original thought by me. If you're hearing it for the 10th time, we appreciate you being on board with us. part of the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel with our Locked On Red Sox postcast, also the Locked On Red Sox podcast as well. Casas is one swing away for me with that injury, the cartilage, where if he goes down again, he's done for the year. What do you do at first base then? So Dom Smith, again, getting that tag in there. Later in the inning, Masa Yoshida had already homered in the game. Remember, 0 for 16 going into the series Monday night. 4 hits, 2 singles, 2 doubles. Yoshida, home run in the ball game. His home run in the third. And then Yoshida coming through as well in the 6th inning. Against a lefty with 2 strikes. Alex Cora might very well get an A+ for this road trip. Managing with the field, managing with the gut, not always going by the book. Kept him in against the lefty. He provided the base hit with 2 strikes. Snuck it through the right side, 2-run score, 6-3 ball game at that point in time. So again, where Kenley Jansen gets the job done in the 9th inning, where Rafael Devers takes an offer, takes the collar, and his hit streak is over at 12 games, the role guys coming through again. Dom Smith, Masataka Yoshida, delivering for the Red Sox. And you got to like where this team is right now. You absolutely have to love where they're at. 10 games over 500. They can match a season high, going 11 games over 500 if they pick up a victory and the series sweep against the Royals on Wednesday with Cutter Crawford on the mound. Sox have won 5 of 6 overall on this trip. 4 of the first 5 of 6 overall, going back to the victory against the Mariners last Wednesday. Now 8-9 since the All-Star break. And remember, I'm bringing that up because remember where they started out of the All-Star break. Dropping 5 of 6 against the Dodgers in LA, then also dropping 5 of 6 against the Dodgers, and then the Rockies at Coors Field in Denver. Now 11 games over 500 on the road. 34-23 record on the road. One of the top 2 or 3 best road records in Major League Baseball. Hey, Mike Debate is keeping you up to date, threw that in there, little rhyme, with the latest on the Patriots with Locked On Patriots. Patriots first exhibition. Hey, we're inside of 48 hours. Thursday night against the Carolina Panthers. Mike Debate, latest with the Patriots on the Locked On Patriots podcast, which of course is available wherever you get your podcasts. What are we hitting on next? Well, there was a frustrating 5th inning, and we're going to get into Brian Bayo's outing in less than a minute. Hey, Locked On Red Sox postcast, Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day, sponsored by Supply House. Get supplies from the site that is made for the skilled trade, supplyhouse.com. Supplyhouse.com is the reliable way to order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product information to help you get the job done and get the job done right. Shop a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from over 400 top brands and get your order delivered right to your door with fast shipping from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Get expert support and industry-leading service from the friendliest folks in the business and talk to a real person every time. Pros in the skilled trades can get a competitive edge by joining SupplyHouse.com's free TradeMaster program. Every TradeMaster gets access to a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Join the thousands of trade pros already benefiting from their free membership at supplyhouse.com/TM and order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies from anywhere with just a few clicks at supplyhouse.com. All right, at bat of the night coming up in just a moment. Steve Lennox with you, Locked On Red Sox postcast. Hit us up if you're with us live on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel with your comments. This has been a great road trip so far. Can be a great road trip, 5-1 with a victory in a series sweep against the Royals on Wednesday night with Cutter Crawford on the mound. All right, 5th inning. And just one of those games where you're on the road against a tough opponent and seeing some of the camera shots and the fans at Kauffman Stadium, I don't know if it's a golf crowd or not, but they've gotten into it on certain moments, but they haven't really been overly loud. And the Red Sox have been, or the Royals have been a great home team this year. Our bat of the night coming up in just a few moments. But the 5th inning, The Red Sox leave the bases loaded against Seth Lugo in the top of the fifth inning. Devers was walked intentionally, then Connor Wong struck out to end the inning. And you're thinking in that situation, oh boy, here we go. 3-1 ball game at that point in time. And what's going to happen here? Now, Brian Bayo gave up a first inning run. Witt, a double, scored on a base hit by Vinny Pasquantino. Gave up a walk, nothing else in the second inning. And the Red Sox got the lead in that second inning, going in front 2-1. Hamilton, ground rule double. Wong scored. Smith the third. Rafaela, ground out. 2-1 ball game at that point in time, right? Bayo worked a scoreless bottom half of the second. I love that from certain pitchers, and Bayo's one of those guys. But again, he shows just because he's cruising along doesn't mean that bump in the road isn't coming. It came in the fifth inning, and it came with 2 outs. In the fifth inning, Bayo retires the first 2 batters with a strikeout and a ground out to first. Massey solo home run. It's a 3-2 ball game. And Will Middlebrooks was touching it. Bayo had command of his changeup, and he was throwing it and keeping the hitters off balance. Paxton did that Monday night as the game progressed, and he got into the lineup for a third time. But Massey, the solo home run on a changeup, made it a 3-2 ball game. Okay, you still have the lead. Pasquantino, or Witt rather. Witt kept the inning alive with a double. Second straight extra base hit with 2 outs. Royals tie it up. Pasquantino, RBI double, game tied at 3. A walk to Salvador Perez. 4 straight batters reaching against Bayo in that inning with 2 outs. And he was cruising. He was moving right along. And then all of a sudden, Brian Bayo did what we know he's capable of doing, both from the second, third, and fourth innings to the fifth inning when he was chasing the game. Brendan Bernardino had to come in and get the job done. Again, leave the bases loaded in the top of the fifth inning in what was, at that point in time, a 3-1 ball game. And then Royals get 2 runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth and chase Bayo from the game. The way he finished up that fourth inning, I'm thinking, hey, 6. Get 6. 3 innings out of the bullpen. Instead, extra inning and a third out of the pen. The pen overall, Garcia gave up the runs in the 8th inning. But the pen overall, solid job. Touched on him already. Bernardino, 1 pitch, 1 out in the 5th. That's all he threw, 1 pitch. And then Garcia Boozer was charged with a run. Boozer faced the first hitter in that 8th inning, gave up the hit, taken out. Garcia, after he gave up the tying run, did manage to come back and get the 2 outs. And then Alex Cora went to Kenley Jansen. And Jansen, again, I believe 4th time this season. Mike Monaco mentioned on the Nesson broadcast where Jansen has been asked to get more than 3 outs in a game. And he did it on Tuesday night. Did it in fine fashion. The at-bat of the night, I'm still going over this in my head. What's your at-bat of the night? Hit us up. Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel in the comments section. If you're on the podcast feed, thank you. Hit us up in the comments section as well and subscribe to the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. And you can also follow me on the X at Lennox on Baseball and leave your comments as well. So at-bat of the night. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to do it tonight. My 2 choices, what I'm trying to get down to, and I might be delaying it here just a bit. Yoshida adding on in that 6th inning against the left-hander Sam Long. 2 out, 2 strike, base hit in the right field, 2 runs scored, made it 6-3. Alex Cora, again, staying with the left-handed batter against the left-handed pitcher. Yoshida, move paid off. He came through and delivered. So it's Yoshida with his 2 out, 2 strike base hit to make it a 6-3 ball game in the 6th inning, or it's Kenley in the 9th inning striking out Bobby Witt Jr. Guess what? It's Kenley Jansen. That's my at-bat of the night. Kenley Jansen striking out Bobby Witt Jr. Tying run at the plate, nobody on. 2 down, bottom of the 9th inning, ball game over. Did not allow the Royals to have any glimmer of hope in that bottom half of the 9th inning. So Kenley Jansen, the at-bat of the night against an opposing player. Kenley Jansen strikes out Bobby Witt Jr. to end the game. 2 strikeouts in that 9th inning for Kenley Jansen. That is our at-bat of the night here on the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Coming up, numbers tonight, we're going to look ahead. A sweep is on the table for the Red Sox. A 5-1 road trip on the table for the Red Sox. And they continue to do well with replay challenges. That's next. Hey, Locked On Red Sox Postcast, glad you're with us. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts on Locked On, plus our new national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today now available on the free Fire TV channels app. Locked On Sports Red Sox Postcast, Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day. We are sponsored by FanDuel. Hey, I love sports. I love them so much, I never want them to stop. Playoffs have wound down. Fewer games. The sports aren't sportsing like I want them to. But FanDuel does let me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open up the app, dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com. Start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Numbers of the night coming up in just a moment. We'll also look ahead to the series finale as well. Red Sox pick up the win. Again, a solid win. 4-1 road trip. You can turn it into 5-1 with a victory in the series finale. Rafael Devers hit streak again, ending at 12 games. Devers 0 for 4. Jarren Duran extended his hit streak to 8 in a row. He's now hit safely in 18 of his last 19. Had a 1 for 5 night. So Duran and Rafi Devers combining to go 1 for 9. Devers did walk once in a plate appearance. But again, it's those guys. Sogard gets on base again with a base hit. He scored a run. Hamilton, RBI double. And that double by Hamilton, Royals actually sort of caught a break there because it was ground rule double. Hamilton may have ended up at third base in that inning. Just looking at the box score right here. Hamilton actually was in the second inning. Hamilton had the ground rule double. Wong scored, Smith to third. And Smith ended up scoring. If that ball's in play, and that ball from Hamilton early on in the second inning, apologize there, got a little distracted. Hamilton's ground rule double to right center field. Massey he was over in left center field. He covered a lot of ground. Ball stayed up there forever. But Hamilton, ball hits on the warning track, goes over the wall. Smith had to stop at third. Smith scored on an RBI ground out by Rafaela. If that ball's in play, Smith scores and Hamilton's at third. So the Royals actually, I think, caught a break there. I wanted to bring that up. Glad I got that in there. But Hamilton, again, doing the job. But again, Devers, tough night at the plate. Just a couple of bats where, swung early in the count and took the collar. Had an at bat in the ninth inning, didn't come through. Didn't get a base hit. That's okay. The other guys in the lineup able to come through. A 1-run victory. Had a 6-3 lead. Hold on for the 6-5 win. Another building block for this young team. I said it after the win on Monday night. That was a victory in game one of a series. You had a veteran in Paxton on the mound. But even Tuesday, this is a team right now taking care of business. This is a team, a lot of youth. Rafaela, a caught stealing, caught off first base. I think it went as a caught stealing or a pickoff during the game, so a base running mistake. But those are going to happen on occasion. You want to limit those the best you can. You certainly don't want to be talking to Kyle Hudson at third base a couple of steps off the bag at Fenway Park against the Yankees and get tagged out like you did. Learn from that. Don't let that happen again. Went down a path there. I'll get back on. But the 2 victories in this series, now a half game out of that third wild card spot in the American League, team is playing with confidence. Team is also playing like a veteran team. Yes, there are going to be mistakes. Every team. Find the team that is the oldest team on average in Major League Baseball. They're making mistakes, right? Not every single night. The good teams limit those. Headline, the Red Sox are a very good team. They are a playoff team. Now 10 games over 500. Let's get into our numbers of the night because I'm trying to be creative with these. And let me fact check for a second. Let me correct myself. Shame on me. I give you a number of the night. And I went to the Red Sox notes today. Romy Gonzalez had the pinch hit home run. And you're not writing this down, but I want to be reputable. Red Sox now have 5 pinch hit home runs on the season. I was missing Jamie Westbrook in Chicago against the White Sox earlier in the season. Romy Gonzalez does have the last 2. So that's a fact check on me. Okay. Numbers of the night, I do have these right. Okay. The Red Sox winning Monday, winning Tuesday, giving themselves an opportunity now to complete their 6th series sweep of the season. Why do I bring that up? I'm not trying to jinx it. If the Red Sox complete the series sweep against the Royals on Wednesday, all 6 series sweeps will come away from Fenway Park on the road. How about the number 12? Red Sox have now had 12 calls overturned on manager challenges this season. That's in the game notes. That's an updated number. 12. Dom Smith called out at the plate in the 6th inning. Challenge successful. Overturned. Smith safe. And Dom Smith, no style points. I'll give him a 10 for effort. The dive into home plate, I was thinking I could have been more graceful, but again, I wasn't. Dom was graceful enough to get the hand in there and score the winning run. Delayed celebration. He was already in the dugout after the call was overturned, but that was fun to see. Again, a loose group. And how about the number 2? Number 2. 2 victories this season against Seth Lugo, the ace for the Royals, and one of the top pitchers in the American League this year. Gave up 5 runs, 10 hits at Fenway, took the loss a few weeks ago, took the loss as well on Tuesday night. So the Red Sox 2 victories against one of the best pitchers in the American League this season. Now, you may be saying, well, it's Seth Lugo. He's coming back to earth. No, Seth Lugo's had a very good year. And there were points early on in the game. The Red Sox got the 2 runs in the second, but I thought, this guy's got some stuff tonight. But the Red Sox had, and this has been throughout the road trip, they've had terrific at-bats, both in the Rangers series and the first 2 games of this series against the Royals as well. So what's on tap? One more game to go on this road trip. Doesn't get any easier. You've got Cole Reagans in the finale on Wednesday. Tyler O'Neill missed another game, still under the weather. Was in the dugout on Tuesday night, had a sweatshirt on. It was a cool night in Kansas City. Do we see Tyler O'Neill back in the lineup Wednesday for the series finale against the lefty Cole Reagans? Now, Cutter Crawford goes up against Reagans and the Royals in the finale. Cutter, hey, limit the walks, and if you're going to give up home runs, keep giving them up with nobody on base. Cutter Crawford has now allowed 12 home runs in his previous 3 outings, and he's gotten roughed up. He gave up 4 home runs last time out against the Rangers. That was last Friday night. Gave up a walk, 4 home runs. 3 of them were solo shots, 2 to Corey Seager. Sox are right now 8-12 in Crawford's 22 starts on the season. He's 7-8 with a 3.81 ERA. Okay, but the last 3 starts against the Dodgers, Yankees, and Rangers, giving up the long ball. July 13th, earned the win, combined with the bullpen in a 5-0 victory at Fenway against the Royals. Went 7 in that outing, 3 hits, no runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts. One of his 4 scoreless outings on the season. But Cutter Crawford has to limit the damage. If you're going to give up home runs, remember, at one point, Friday in the start, he had given up 3 hits and 3 runs. The 3 runs on 3 solo home runs. Then he gave up a 2-run shot. Limit the walks, limit the home runs. Keep the ball in the yard. Crawford, fly ball pitcher. Let's see how he does in his second start of the season Wednesday night against the Kansas City Royals. Now, Reagans, I said it after his start at Fenway on July 12th. Not sure how the Royals have a losing record in his starts this season, but that's the case. He has won 3 of his the Royals have won 3 of his prior 4 outings. He is 8-7 overall with a 3.36 ERA. Reagans gave up just 1 earned run on 4 hits and a win at Fenway against the Red Sox. That again back on July 12th. He's given up 2 earned runs or less in 16 of his 23 starts on the season. Red Sox are going to go for the series sweep. And a 5-1 road trip, as you look ahead, off day at home on Thursday. Imagine going into that off day Thursday, returning home, going to get home late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. Spend the off day 5-1 on the trip and 11 games over 500. 6-game homestand underway, first of 3 against the Astros on Friday. How about Framber Valdez? Took a no-hitter into the 9th inning against the Rangers on Wednesday night. Lost the no-hitter as Corey Seager touched him up for a home run. Corey Seager, he's just one of those guys who's just going to be a thorn in your side. He's going to do something in just about every series, and we saw that this past weekend against the Red Sox in Arlington. Hey, our Locked On Red Sox postcast does follow each and every Red Sox game all season long. We do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox postcast your first listen every day. Free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Also, subscribe to our Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel page. You can leave comments there. We will hit them up either live when we go live after each and every Red Sox game, or we can address those as well if you hit us up during the course of the day as well. We do go live within minutes of the last out of every game with our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Again, Red Sox hold on for the 6-5 victory. They've taken the first two games of the series against the Royals in Kansas City, and look for the series sweep on Wednesday at Kauffman Stadium with Cutter Crawford going in the finale. Locked On Sports Boston, your number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team every day.